What's up, people? This is Ajax. So, trap bar deadlifts. I haven't covered these in a while. The basics of a trap bar is that it allows the weight to be centered at the fulcrum, meaning it lines the weight up with your hips. So a classical deadlift is a straight bar, right? The weight's out here in front of you. You keep it close to your body, but a straight bar deadlift has shear force because you're pulling the weight essentially up and back. Trap bar deadlift is different. The weight is lined up along the sides of the body, perfectly lined up with the hips, so it's more akin to a squat motion, except it's loaded from the bottom and not the top. Now, the argument that is often had is, well, is it a squat or a deadlift? I call it a deadlift because the weight starts from a dead position. It's not on your back, you're not loading the body from the beginning, top up. It's on the ground. Dead weight, dead position. It's a deadlift. Now, this is a pretty big trap bar. You get centered, you look up, and you quite literally just stand up with the weight. That's it. Depending on the trap bar and depending upon your height, you might need to stand on some plates to get more range of motion. You can see here, this trap bar is fairly tall, a little bit taller than a straight bar would be, definitely. So the range of motion is almost more akin to a block pull. Stand up and it goes down. Now, if you have more range of motion, you can do the trap bar deadlift with more squat, forward knee flexion, more quad dominance or more quad contribution. Because this is a higher bar, that doesn't really work. So it's going to be more akin to a Romanian deadlift type of motion. Either way, it's a good exercise. It allows you to lift very heavy. Typically, it's going to be far less aggravating on the spine, on the low back, if you are someone who has had low back injuries. And it's one of those heavy lifts that works for almost everybody, almost. And as I said, there's different sizes of trap bars. Some are smaller than others, some are larger. What you have at your gym is just going to depend upon what the manufacturer is. But the mechanics are always the same. You get into the semi-squat, semi-deadlift position. You get centered in the middle of the bar. Look up. You don't obviously round over or do anything weird. I'm looking up, and you quite literally stand up with the weight. Boom. And there's a lift. Any questions you have, post below in the comments.